Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Attila here today on the channel. We have episode 10 of my Age of Justinian Let's Play. As the Byzantines, as the Romans, we've hit double digits. We're currently under the reign of our second Emperor Justin, and here today he's going to be sending a war declaration to Burgundy. The Burgundians, the Burgundian wars are about to kick off. Burgundy will burn. So here is the Roman Empire at the time of recording. Look at this. Look how good it is. Iberia is fully under our control. We've managed to reconquer Italy as well after that Lombard invasion. And most of the region is stabilized as well. So, also, back over here in the Far East, I just want to show you this. Check out this little cool little outcropping. So we've got the, what is it? Yeah, the Praetorian Prefecture of the East. Check that out. There's crazy wars going between the Sassanids. They're having like, just a massive war. Half of their territory's been taken. And these guys have propped up. So I will make a play into the Sassanids and probably those praetors, to be honest. I kind of want to take Mesopotamia and get it under Roman control once more. But the focus of today's episode is France in Francia. So I'll quickly go through all my armies and we'll declare war upon them. So we can join the... Actually, that's the Picts. There we go. So, the Saxons could even give us some money. No. So instead of just straight up war decking them, what we'll do is we'll try and allow a faction, we'll join on in their behalf, use their own casus belli. I don't know what the Saxons are doing. They're a horde faction now. They don't really care overly too much. Alright. So we can't use my spy there, which is rather unfortunate. Okay, so let's push down to Mosse and start getting that under siege. We have a bunch of armies ready to go. And looking at their army builds, their best army is up in the north, although there's more in Burgundy, Burdigala, sorry. This is where their king is, and they've got a better quality army there, so we'll fight this one. Lucky the king's actually there, to be honest. Look at that popping up. Yeah, but that's definitely their best full stack and then the garrison. So we're a bit outnumbered here. 2-1. We have Emperor Justin here with a fantastic full stack, a bunch of proper decent Roman Byzantine swordsmen. We've also got our infamous Bucellari, and we're going to have the Battle of Turum in 570 AD. So we're throwing the might of the Roman Empire into Francia, which is in an interesting place at the moment. It's a bit of a battle royale in the French countryside. No one has really claimed to be king of the Franks just yet. No Charlemagne has arisen, because there was that was it Ostrogoths or whatever that faction was? I can't remember. That is one of the major factions in this campaign. They've been thrown back. The Lombards, after their successful invasion, although they didn't hold it, into Italy, have now fled back to Normandy, and Burgundy shares the French landmass and territory with Aquitaine. So what we'll do, now that we have properly armoured and well-equipped soldiers, we're actually going to be able to be a little bit aggressive as well, pushing into a settlement like this. So I'll move my archers here. We'll go with a heavy shot, because there are some heavier units inside. And then we'll also get our Bucellari to push over the river and try and go over the bridge and flank in and around. Alrighty, let's move you guys up to a forward advanced position. Get to a low ready, and then move you here. And move you there as well. Perfect. Everyone move up for Justin. Okay. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4... probably about 4.5 full stacks under the control of Justin. The entire Roman military apparatus has formed up in France after Italy falling. So I was like, there's not really a point of moving those guys back to the Sassanid front, because and maybe it's because of our huge garrisons and the presence we've maintained in the east. It's the Eastern Roman Empire is our strongest position, but we've had really no threats. Most of the wars and rebellions and battles is we've had everything west of Constantinople has basically been an issue for us in this campaign, which is probably realistic. When the Western Roman Empire fell, a huge power vacuum came up, and kingdoms and warlords and horse lords and people just wanting to forge their own kingdom have come up. Okay, so we'll get my archers to put some pressure on those medium spears, and we'll try and soften them up as best as we can. There is an arrow tower there, but I'm not going to waste my valuable ammunition just to try and burn it. It's probably going to use half of our ammunition to even do so. So, unfortunately, in this Age of Justinian mod, it's not the play to get rid of those arrow towers in a small settlement. Well, it would be if I tend to bring more archers, but just the way the army builds go in this, I really like swordsmen, so I want to try and get as much as them as I can. But because the Eastern Roman Empire at this time period is so heavy to medium cavalry focus, I tend to bring more cavalry than what I normally would. So where does the sacrifice come? This army build isn't perfect just yet because we've been fighting in Italy. Like, this has probably got slightly too many spears for my liking. I like to bring at least one or two just to combat with any cavalry. But particularly if you've got some heavy fortified cities and they're going to turn into huge massive sieges, you just tend to need to bring more swordsmen, and they're always good on the battlefield. Okay, we might get caught there because I don't know how good the pathfinding is. Alright, we'll hold here for now. I just want my Bucalari to start getting their shots off. I don't know what that archer unit is doing. It's kind of baiting a bit. So my Bucalari are pushed to the bridge, but it looks like the Burgundians have noticed. Okay, I told them to give chase, so let's pull further back. Okay, now they're moving. Right. I wanted to try to get a cinematic shot. Now you're attacking me. Alright, pull further back here. Some of the cavalry got caught, but so be it. Yeah, I don't know what's making that archer unit be so brave and brazen as to make their way out there. I don't know what. Maybe just target it then if it's gonna sit on a side on. But check out the shields of these guys. Some of the units look fantastic in this mod. It's taken a while before we had the economy and I guess infrastructure to recruit those higher tier units. But they do look very gorgeous in the field of battle. Okay, we are just wiping on through this archer unit, but we are using a lot of our ammunition. They're now routing, which is good. Do we need all my Bucalari there? Because they are really just going to nail this position down. They've chucked a spear unit there, so I thought, like, the plan was, okay, swing around, try and get across, and maybe flank around the bridge if everyone's, like, focusing on my other armies. But we'll divide the cavalry up and we'll go for a two-pronged attack. Right, let's get out some attack orders now. My archers are out of ammunition, so there's no point of sitting back here chilling, boys. So let's give out those attack orders and move in. We'll reform the Bucalari there. 2 units holding the bridge. That will stop at least those spearmen from moving. And then we'll get the other 3 units to move over and recross the river. But the order has been given. Emperor Justin has given us sally forth and charge. Raise your shields nice and high, lads. We're going in. Okay. We should be alright as well. Definitely more well equipped, well more trained. They do have a lot of axe units though, so that will be a little bit of a force to be reckoned with. That's something we have to keep an eye on. I will move Justin up just to give him some moral support for the rest of the army. Okay, so there seems to be just a lot of skirmishes on this eastern side, so my infantry, if they can catch them, should have an absolute field day. But here we go, fighting beneath the Burgundy Tower. The Romans have encroached into the city. Fierce fighting is now breaking out. Hacking and slashing. Limbs getting teared off left, right and centre. Alright, back over here, we're progressing well as well. And, oh, there's that routing unit. Okay, I'm going to give out the order for the cavalry to move in. So, we're not favoured to win this one. Still outnumbered 2-1. They very well have the numbers numerically. However, we definitely have the better trained soldier and equipment. But that might not be, that might not be enough. Particularly for an offensive siege. Because they can just sit back, hold the choke points, and yeah, just chill, to be honest. They're in a superior position. Like, in a defensive siege, you always tend to lose a lot more in an offensive siege than a defensive one, I've always found. And that's just across Total War. Alright, we're just trying to break through there. Oh, actually not looking good here. We're going to have to really use my cavalry. Like, my Bucalari can't just chill and sit back in reserve. We're going to have to get some hammer and anvil strikes. This is where we're going to try and win this battle. On the eastern side here. Everyone else just needs to maintain their position on the west. They're really throwing some spearmen there. Like, I know it seems to be counterintuitive to get Bucalari to attack a spear unit. However, I just want to try and lock them in place. So then, here we go. This is what I want. These guys to hit them from the sides. And now you can pull out while they come in. Okay, they're actually really trying to recover there. We're actually wavering in a couple of areas, but so are they. We're losing morale as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. I might have bitten off more than what I can chew. At this rate in the siege, we should be doing a bit better. My Bucalari are now getting smashed, so maybe we just need to move them out until we can try and catch a unit. My spearmen are progressing into the town square because they're managing to pick up some skirmishes, which is good. Oh wow, we've managed to draw like 6 units away, so we're really going to have to maneuver out and away. Okay, we've managed to break a unit there. Okay. There's still 7,000 of them in the settlement. Ugh. Yikes. Okay. Still getting my spearmen to push. I think we might have a better chance to hit those 3 blobs that are amassing on the western half of the settlement. Like, try and smash those skirmishes. Oh, here we go. Now they've moved out and away. We might just have to sacrifice these 2 spears, because now there's about 7 units there we can blob down. Because we might be able to flank here and start getting to work. Like, we might be able to get the general there. I'm just trying to think, should we hit that or should we go for the general? Like, you better get those skirmishes there. You're going to be able to, like, intertwine. Actually, nah. Oh. Yeah, they're now. Oh my god, how are we going to come back from this? I don't know if we can. Maybe just try and go for the general snipe. That's not too bad of a charge, but yeah, I think we might be better off just to go for the general. Yeah, swing back around. Come on, Bucalari. Try and snipe their general. If we can cap the town square and kill the general, we might be able to turn this around. But we are severely outnumbered. We're getting swarmed and surrounded. We've finally broken that unit there. Yeah, go for the general. And you go for this. Whoa, that was a really good charge there. We managed to knock out 100. Yeah, just keep on cycling that. That seems to be the best for the Bucalari. Thankfully, those 2 brave spear boys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nearly 9 units they're blocking down. Oh, we've managed to smash through nearly 200. Thankfully, the enemy general isn't the best. He's only a medium axeman unit. So those Bukalari are having an absolute field day working on him. There we go. He's routing now. Come on, let's topple him. 44 in a retainer of 300. Okay, cavalry. I hit those skirmishers there. There we go. Enemy general dead. Perfect. So that's going to send a huge morale debuff across the enemy army. And some even units have routed because of it. If we can cap the town square, that will give us even a further morale buff. We have now. And we'll charge on in and try and break this. Oh my god. We might have just pulled this off. Touch wood. Okay. My god. Now the Bukalari are just going on in. I love the helms. Looks so good. Oh, we've managed to capitulate this eastern side. Oh, wow. I don't know if we didn't snipe the general there. Lucky he wasn't that armored. Because the Bukalari just smashed on in. Anyway, let's try and work on these units here. Oh my god, fire is starting to engulf the settlement. We'll bring Justinian in as well. To be fair, we would have had more probably buffs than a normal general with Justinian. Faction leader. We've got a 6-7 star commander now as well. Justin, not Justinian. Justinian is dead, unfortunately. Okay, so let's just try and cycle charge into those units there. Like, go for that axe unit, that'll be brilliant. They're now breaking. Oh, they're about to fully capitulate now. That just shows you the heavy metal power of the Bukalari. They're so good in this mod. Far out. Alright, they're now capitulated. Only a couple more groups left. We've still swung it back to a 50-50, so we're technically not out of the woods and high and dry just yet. But it looks like Justin is going to win a glorious victory. One of the better ones of this series. Still holding on the left there as well, but we're just working on these blobs now. They're now breaking. Oh my god, if they put more in the town square to stop us capping, maybe. Oh, we're so lucky that it wasn't like a heavy, a very heavy melee general unit, because I don't reckon the Bukalari at this health were probably going to punch their way on through. Okay. Now that they're a little bit weakened, they're not having that bang for their buck that we witnessed when they were charging units earlier in this siege. They're still holding on quite well. Just got to be careful when a faction is surrounded and stuffed like this. What is it? A caged and encircled animal is always dangerous, or whatever the quote is. Anyway, it was a Pyrrhic victory in the end. We lost 2,000 Romans, but wow, Burgundy have lost the Burgundian king, so we've toppled another foreign king, and they've lost a full stack and a huge garrison there as well, and the northernmost part of their kingdom has now fallen. We did lose a spear unit in the end, which isn't too bad, but overall I think that is a superb siege for today's video. Wow, good stuff. Alright, we'll break down the buildings. We might be able to use some of them, but we sort of need the money at this point. Alrighty. Really good start to the Burgundian Wars. Okay, so we'll replenish and repair where we can in the north, and we'll make some plans to push further south to help everyone else out. Okay, so I'll get... actually, you have to start the siege because you're in the zone of control. because we were trespassing into Burgundian lands, so we don't have any siege equipment there, so we can't attack turn 1. We will be able to take some of the smaller Burgundian cities. And we've taken some region in Aquitaine. And now most of the resistance, the last of the Burgundians, is in Bergala, and we'll try and make a play there as well. So we'll get Tiberius to siege, and we'll get Commendulius, okay, to try and work that unit, but they're going to flee. And wow, they've got a... Really? It's going to take that long? They've got like really good defensives there, so it's going to take us longer to make more siege equipment. That's annoying, but so be it. Bergala is quite a built-up city, probably the biggest in France. Diplomatic dispute. I guess we demand tribute, I guess. Alright, I'm still currently sieging out Marseille, and yeah, why isn't it a port city? Maybe it reflects... No, you'd think this area would... This area has been a huge port city, like in the early days of antiquity, unless it stopped being one in 500 AD. I think so. Yeah, what's the justification for that? Maybe it's too overpowered, having Narbo there or something. I don't know. I would love to know the design choice on that. Anyway, we're currently sieging out Bergala, Bordeaux, and unfortunately, the Burgundians have done the Total War Attila trick, and they've made the decision to flee and leave. Diplomatic dispute. Oh, we got 1,000, and we lost relations with the Kingdom of Nabatea. Oh, well, that's fine. Yeah, so it looks like the Burgundians are really just going to try and up and leave their city and settlement. They probably think they have better chances being a horde faction going around the map. So, look like some of them are going to get caught, though, that are fleeing, but it took us a couple turns there just to build up the siege equipment to go on in. But now, the Burgundian Wars, unless they attack me in a weird area, are for all intensive purposes done. We've won. We took their lands. We'll try and give chase to some of their armies here, because one is still on the French mainland, the other one is in the water. We do have a navy. We could send after them, which I'm kind of tempted to do so. The last thing we want is a revenge story to happen and them to start raiding me. Alright, so we'll just try and mop up as best as we can. Just finish off the last of them. Yeah, I don't know how many settlements they started off with. They managed to form a pretty decently sized kingdom, but not enough to stop when the Romans sort of have their attention on them. Okay, so I guess we make plans and preparations to go up to Aquitaine. I think Aquitaine and Bordeaux probably should be in the different area slightly. They've slightly overlapped in territory. Maybe they had some wars. But Aquitaine's quite large. It's actually got a lot more Germanic and Alpine territory than what I would like. And then we've got the Lombards to the north as well, which we have to keep a watchful eye on. We could very well redeclare war upon them at some point. A hostage. A boy taken as a hostage is an excellent horseman. We'll accept him. Does he come in here? Alright, well, unfortunately it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 10 of my Age of Justinian Let's Play as the Romans. So, we've won our war against Burgundy, and now I've made plans and preparations to declare war upon Aquitaine at the start of the next episode. So stay tuned for episode 11 coming out soon, where we will have the war against Aquitaine. Aquitaine must and will be annexed. And then there's a couple regions there, border territory in Germania as well, I want to try and grab. And then we've got Britain and a couple of other outlyings, and then we've nearly reforged the Roman Empire. How fantastic is that? Alright, thanks guys. take care, stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Let me know feedback and suggestions for the video. Gotta say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. So thanks guys, my name has been Simpzy, much love from Australia, goodbye.